Good evening. It's approximately around 7 o'clock. We know where we are in my favorite tower. Let me kind of get a little creative here so that people can get an orientation where I'm at. That's the stairs, which goes into the bathroom, and to get that wallpaper, that's the next thing I want to do, to get the wallpaper. I'm serious. That shows the Disney spirit, that even the wallpaper and how it evokes the memories of different themes of Disneyland, whether it's Adventureland or Frontierland. It's a little bit hot in here, but I want to greet everyone and to give everyone a little bit of a quick update of all that's been going on. And when I was here a couple of weeks ago, that was on the 5th, and I've worked since then. Since this is my first day off in like 11 days, I have to think about it. And praise God, that means I'm healthy when I'm able to handle two jobs, and I'm able to be here in my favorite place. I often say that's not Disneyland, that's a hospital where I was in memorial care. That's why I'm here in downtown Disney. When I'm able to be here, that means I'm healthy. So much. I needed to take a little bit of a break after dealing with the hospital and doctors and the wound and the healing process and all of that, and everything's going well. So I needed to take a little bit of a Mickey break, a little bit of a Disney break. Also, but a little bit of humorous stories here, and praise God the fact that I can laugh about it, and everyone was good to me. A lot does not need to be discussed because it was a situation. It was a dangerous, so there's a lot, because we want good positive energy. So a lot does not need to be talked about, but basically it was a dangerous wound, and they tell me I was septic. They tell me I was 5 days in the hospital from April 23rd to 24th. I'm sorry. They did the surgery on the 23rd on my back, and 5 days, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th. And everyone was good to me. And Karen, who was the wound care doctor, she was absolutely incredible and really assured me how my body was healing. And it was a situation. This was not a boo-boo. This was an ugly situation. But they took care of me, and actually a lot of good came out of it, because I lost some weight. I actually lost some weight before, but I lost some weight. They were able to go over me with a fine-tooth comb. I was hooked up to an IV for 5 days, 2 different antibiotics. And also I had this thing on in my pajamas, a pocket where they were monitoring my heart. So everything the doctor had said, it was really cool that when they put those like electrode things on my chest and everything to monitor my heart, the doctor was saying that my heart is good, that everything, I was septic in other situations that were related to the wound. That's another story for another time. But that my heart is well, my liver, my kidneys, it was kind of cool because, and then I says, well, how did you see my heart? He says, we just saw a picture of it, it's fine. I'm serious. It was like, it's not the image of the hospitals that you have of like in the 70s and 80s, all cold and clinical. This was warm. This was more welcoming. And also when they wheeled me into the room and I saw Welcome Stefka, kind of like, just like at the Disneyland Hotel, when Welcome Stefka or Srbatovic family. And my doctor, I hope I can pronounce this right. Thun Win, also, where he and his assistants were very reassuring, and they were telling me that everything was going good and everything was healing properly. It's just a scar on my back. It took a while for the hole to close. Maybe that's too much information, but it's a praise report. Basically, I want good energy, so that's why I'm saying it. And I had a sense of humor. I did. I even took some pictures. Everyone knows how much I love photography. And there's a kind of funny story there that the nurse, then they were working feverishly to get me out of there, but they needed for the home care, since I live alone, to come to be able to help me to change the wound. The doctor took care of that afterwards, the wound doctor, outpatient. But they had declined me when they had said that I had gone back to work, my 2 jobs, Costco and Mickey D's McDonald's. They said that I don't qualify for home health care. And also when I was able to go to downtown Disney and do my thing and go to work and take care of my business and all that's if they consider that if you're homebound. I'm serious. that they didn't consider a wound that needed to be taken care of, but the doctor was he was taking care of it every week, so everything was good. We'll just leave it at that. So as and I'm healthy. I'm here in Disney. And also I lost some weight, and also being on it cleaned out my system being on the antibiotics. So they took care of me, and it was also good to know where I was with the health issue, because stuff that had happened before. A few decades ago, and the situation at Costco, and the situation of being thrown out of a meeting, and just ugly stuff. It did several decades ago. It did affect my heart, and I did have some heart issues at that time. But the good news is that my heart is good to, praise God, to knock on wood, clean, uncluttered table. See, this is the way we do it. Carol, talking to you, this is the way the table should be, so that I'm able to lay the stuff on the table, what I need to talk about. But all of the stuff that's unrelated to the issue, we're going to get rid of the clutter off the table. Another example is my late mom was a jeweler. So when she had to close her 2 jewelry stores, we would all clean up the table and clean up the house when company was coming. So all the beautiful jewelry and everything that she had, and she had 2 jewelry stores in the area. So she wouldn't be able, all the beautiful diamonds and everything that she had, this is another example that just came to my mind. And all the beautiful stuff, she wouldn't be able to show it if the table was cluttered, but to clean the table, and then she can show off the beautiful stuff, the beautiful diamonds. So here, where I've been open, and especially as August 10th is coming up, and the 40th anniversary, which represents a generation, that the table needs to be clean, free of clutter. So, but going back to the health issues, that this is actually good that I was able to see where I was in my health, because before a couple decades, I had a lot of health issues and stuff because of a lot of stress and a lot of PTSD and just ugly stuff that had happened. We'll get to that in a moment. But that I'm doing good. I'm doing good, and I'm healthy. And Memorial Care, I don't know if this is a commercial for them, but in Fountain Valley, 10 minutes from Costco, and also a lady who had treated me, her name is Tiffany, sweet lady. She was one of my customers at McDonald's, by the way, and she said that I look terrific, and I look healthier, and I look happier. So everything was going wonderful. So just to give everyone an update as far as that, and I do need to take a break.